Charles Schultz was an American cartoonist who featured the comic strip Peanuts, featuring characters Charlie Brown and Snoopy. Charles was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota on November 26, 1922. Schultz loved drawing and sometimes drew his family dog, Spike, who ate unusual things such as pins and tacks. In November 1942, Schultz was drafted in the United States Army. He served as a staff sergeant with the 20th Armored Division in Europe during World War II as a squad leader on a 50 caliber machine gun team. His unit saw combat at the very end of the war. Schultz said he had only one opportunity to fire his machine gun but forgot to load it, and that the German soldier he could have fired at surrendered. It was in Little Folks that Schultz first used the name Charlie Brown for a character, although he applied the name in 4 gags to 3 different boys as well as one buried in sand. The series also had a dog that looked much like Snoopy. In 1948, Schultz sold his first 1-panel drawing to the Saturday Evening Post. Within the next 2 years, a total of 17 untitled drawings by Schultz were published in the Post. Later, Schultz approached United Feature Syndicate, and Lil Folks and the Syndicate became interested. By that time, Schultz had also developed a comic strip, usually using 4 panels rather than 1. To Schultz's delight, the Syndicate preferred the longer version. However, to his consternation, the Syndicate had to change the title from Schultz's strip for legal reasons. Schultz selected the name Peanuts. Peanuts first appeared on October 2, 1950 in 7 newspapers. The weekly Sunday page debuted on January 6, 1952. After a slow start, Peanuts eventually became one of the most popular comic strips in history, as well as one of the most influential. At its height, Peanuts was published daily in 2,600 papers in 75 countries in 21 languages. Over nearly 50 years, Schultz drew 17,897 published Peanuts strips. The strips, plus merchandise and product endorsements, produced revenues of more than $1 billion per year, with Schultz earning an estimated $30 to $40 million annually. During the strip's run, Schultz took only one vacation, a 5-week break in late 1997 to celebrate his 75th birthday. Reruns of the strip ran during his vacation, the only time that occurred during Schultz's life. Schultz's inspiration for Charlie Brown's unrequited love for the little redhead girl was Donna Mae Johnson, an Art Instruction Incorporated accountant with whom he fell in love. When Schultz finally proposed to her in 1950, shortly after he had made his first contract with his syndicate, she turned him down and married another man. In April of 1951, Schultz married Joyce Halverson, and later the same year they moved to Colorado Springs. They had a son, Monty, born in 1952, and 3 more children. Schultz and his family moved to Minneapolis and stayed until 1958. Then they moved to Sebastopol, California, where Schultz built his first studio. Until then, he had worked at home or in a small rented office room. By 1970, Schultz's marriage was strained and the couple divorced in 1972. He married Jean Forsyth Clyde in September 1973, whom he had first met when he brought her daughter to his hockey rink. They were married for 27 years. Schultz had a long association with ice sports, and both figure skating and ice hockey featured prominently in his cartoons. In Santa Rosa, he built and owned the Redwood Empire Ice Arena, which opened in 1969 and featured a snack bar called the Warm Puppy Cafe. Schultz's daughter Amy served as a model for the figure skating in the television special She's a Good Skate, Charlie Brown, 1980. Schultz also was very active in senior ice hockey tournaments. In 1975, he formed Snoopy's Senior World Hockey Tournament. Schultz also enjoyed golf and was a member of the Santa Rosa Golf and Country Club. Schultz's favorite artist in his latter years was Andrew Wyeth. As a young adult, Schultz also developed a passion for classical music. Although the piano-playing character Schroeder in Peanuts adored Ludwig van Beethoven, Schultz's personal favorite composer was Johannes Brahms. In July of '81, Schultz underwent heart bypass surgery. During his hospital stay, President Ronald Reagan phoned to wish him a quick recovery. In the 1980s, Schultz complained that sometimes my hands shake so much I have to hold my wrist to draw. This led to an erroneous impression that Schultz had Parkinson's disease. According to the letter from his physician, Schultz had essential tremor, a condition alleviated by beta blockers. Schultz still insisted on writing and drawing the strip by himself, resulting in noticeably shakier lines over time. Schultz died in his sleep of a heart attack in his Santa Rosa home on February 12, 2000 at the age of 77.